Check one. Yo, 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 yo. Okay. Let me get situated here. Sorry about the ads. It's the only way they pay me. The whopping $40 a month that I get for this. My Restream software went through my annual subscription for the software I need to stream this, and it was $487. Super cool. All right. We're situated. Situated enough, anyway. How's it going? How we doing? I think I'm a little blurry, but I'll fix that one when Jake gets here. I was gonna stream early today, because I've been working on a project. A little bummed. Sorry to hear it, man. I've been working on a project with one of our viewers and homie of mine. He used to help out around the studio a little bit. Carl, he has been helping me with some stuff. But I don't know why this one's not working yet. And that one's not working either. What the hell? I was going to show you guys. Contact Fayetteville. These redirects aren't working. Well, we were making a... Oh, I read the article. Yeah, I mean, that was a really good article. Jordan spent a lot of time on that one. I was a little bummed at how very little I was in it, and the very little that I was in, I don't think it painted me in the light that I was wanting to illustrate, you know? I mean, he really focused on this thing that I said in one city council meeting that was about the fees for rental applications. And then also just really zeroed in on me talking about how much tax revenue that I generated the previous month, which was also December, which means like that was my biggest month of the year. So of course I made, a lot of tax revenue that month, but it kind of, to a person that doesn't know me or anything, it'd be like, well, that guy makes tons of money, what's his fucking problem? Just move. So yeah, that was kind of awkward. Let's see. Catching up in the comments. Minecraft movie doing really well. Went Saturday and enjoyed it. I have not seen it yet. I wonder if Jake did. Belveston, storms were brutal and a 5-year-old was killed. Whoa. Okay. Damn. Had a friend that died in the 8th grade the same way. Wow. Dang. That's rough. Yeah, big storms down in central Arkansas. Night Owl, yeah, he captured a bit of your snark, but I didn't hear a lot of your usual topics I know you focus on. Yeah, it was kind of odd. I think he really just wanted to use my particular angle, even though he didn't flesh it out in the way. Because, yeah, we talked for hours on multiple phone calls. But, you know, I think he wanted to use me as an example of, like, I'm a business owner and a renter, and it's hard out here even for me, right? And I just don't think that the way that he was framing the story really told that story very well, you know? And so, you know, he got plenty of the hopeful old school Fayetteville stuff from both Hannah and Roger, but Hannah's moving out of Fayetteville, so, you know, that's not a story that they want to tell. And Roger's like, I don't want to fight anything. I'm not going to city council, so that's not like a fun. So I think with me, they were just like, this guy went to city hall and said some shit. I just wish that he hadn't used that meeting, because I go to city hall all the time. That just happens to be the one that he was at. So, yeah, there wasn't a lot of context there. But I do appreciate his tenacity at going for it and pulling in a lot of data. I honestly think that he probably should have left my piece out if he wanted to achieve the story that he wanted, or include something else about it, because it just made me sound like a rich guy that's bitching. And I messaged him and I was like, you know, great article, but I do think that the only piece that you included me on made me sound like I'm complaining for no reason. And if you really wanted to tell the story, there was so many other things that I could have told you that I did tell you. You know, because, you know, I don't have a filter when it comes to talking to these guys, you know, and he included a lot of the stuff like that Sonia said, you know, or she's like, you can quote me on that. And Sonia's generally doesn't say a lot of snarky stuff, you know, but I don't know. I just did not really enjoy my piece of that article overall. So I thought it made me look like kind of a jerk. Oh no, there's certainly bad press. Yeah. In 2025, there is absolutely lots of bad press. Once upon a time, when there wasn't a lot of press, there was no such thing as bad press. Now there's so many bad things. Oh, hey. Let's see here. What's that? I did the day before yesterday. Let's see. I've experienced getting what you say cut up and missing things that are important or whatever. Yeah, no, I know you definitely know what that's like, and it's very frustrating because, you know, I'm a long talker, right? You know, there's a lot of things that I like to include when I'm telling a story or, you know, explaining a situation, and when you just like skip to the chorus. Or focus on one thing like that without really setting up the context of it obscures the message. It's one of the reasons that I don't do tavern trivia anymore. I mean, I don't think I'll ever comfortably get on a stage ever again like that, because there's so much stuff that is now taken out of context. It's a miracle that I do this even, you know, I don't know. Sinners comes out in a few weeks. Yes, I am also very excited about that one. What's up, Merle? Sorry, responding to some messages here. Boners are stupid, yeah. I have some goober taking things you said out of context from 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I got plenty of that to go around. DJ Merrill, bring back 75% of the 90s jokes. Yeah, there's a 25% in there that it's probably better that they're not there anymore. But there was a lot of stuff that I think we could use. We could do for it. Tony Jones, over the weekend, they let the media press in to check out the Dark Universe, and it looks epic. Yeah, my mother and my sister are going in whenever it opens, September or something. It's not very good month for me for traveling, but I feel like I need to go. Like I need it. I need to. It's a thing. You know, I put off ever getting to go to Theater Bazaar in Detroit. Because I was like, well, one day I'll get to go. And I had a time where I could have gone. And I was like, well, maybe next year. And I kept doing maybe next year. And now they don't do it anymore. And it's no longer a thing. So I feel like at a certain point, I should probably just do it. Although I feel like it's going to be crazy, though. And I have... you know, it's definitely not a phobia because I'm not scared of it, but like the same reaction of just that visceral hatred of standing in line. Like you could be handing out $100,000 cash stacks, and if I had to wait in line, like standing in line for like 4 hours, I would say, nah, dude, fuck that. Like, not gonna do it. Not worth it. I'm not going to stand in line for that shit. And they're like, it's $100,000 in cash. I'm like, God, but look at that line. Like, no. I can't. I just cannot do lines, man. If there's more than 2 people in a drive-through at a restaurant, I'm like, nope. Not going to do it. I don't need that. I'll be in a grocery store getting the thing that I needed. And if there's too many people in line, I'm like, fuck it. I'll just drop it and leave. I don't need that. I don't need it as much as that line. No. Tony Jones, the Frankenstein ride looks crazy. The Wolfman roller coaster looks cool. I don't do roller coasters anymore. I can't go upside down because then I'm just ruined. But as long as it's not an upside down one, which I know it is because all roller coasters now are, I'd do it. But maybe I'll do it. And if I'm there for like 6 days and I can just go on one roller coaster a day, because after that I'm like, my equilibrium's all out of whack, and it's just not great. And it's not that I don't like them. I'm not scared of them. That's the thing that sucks, is because I actually want to ride them, but I just can't. And if it doesn't go upside down, sign me up. Like, I can do that. When it go upside down, there's something about, I don't know, like my brain fluid just goes bleh, and I like if that's like my Achilles heel, you just turn me upside down, and I'm like, I'm dead. Can't do it. Retired the Arkansas Twister for 2025. Oh dang. Sad. Are they going to rebuild it like they did Fire in the Hole? Give it the old Fire in the Hole treatment? Wouldn't that be something? Oh boy. Oh, yeah, wooden coasters are like, and that really doesn't bother me so much. Like, I've ridden, Thunderation at Silver Dollar City is old, and it is rough riding. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'm not fragile. But I cannot go upside down. It makes me so mad. Like, I have an inversion table over here that I got when I was like 27. One of the first movies I worked on, I herniated a disc in my back moving a generator into the back of a truck by myself, which was stupid. But instead of surgery, which I said no to, I did a lot of physical therapy. And I bought this inversion table, and I still have it because you're just like, oh yeah, you see like everybody do, like Batman does it, putting his leg, put your feet up on the bar and, hang out, and it's supposed to really just like release all the tension in your back and all this kind of stuff. And I can't even do that. Like, I'll get on it and I'll lean back and I'm like, and my brain like starts to malfunction. I can do it for maybe 10 seconds and then I get up and I'm like, ugh. It sucks, man. I wish I were an upside down kind of dude. Makes me sad, man. Murrow, my spine pops like a popcorn a couple times a day when I stretch. Too many injuries as a kid. Yeah, I can't. I don't like joint popping either. I'll joint pop. I'll joint pop. Like my fingers and my right ankle, because I've rolled it so many times that I'll just like lean on it and just pop it. But I can't do the neck thing. I can't do any of that. Just stretching and it happens. Peed your pants on Mr. Freeze because it goes 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. So does Powder Keg at Silver Dollar City. Just boom. Oh God, Jake is just like crack, crack, and I'm like, I don't even like the noise of it. Also, what's up, Vince? I don't know why I did this redirect. I bought this URL that's emailfayetteville.com. And it's supposed to redirect to this thing that me and Carl were building that is like a web form to make it easy for you to email your aldermen and planning commission people. But I just bought the redirect and it was working a minute ago, but now it's just a white blank page. I wonder if Carl's working on it right now. I don't know. It redirects to poopoopp.com. What does poopoop? Does poopoopp.com still work? No. Was it poopoopp.pizza? It was poopoopp.pizza. That's what it was. It wasn't .com. And that doesn't redirect. Or was it doo-doo pee-pee? Doo-doo pee-pee.pizza. It was doo-doo pee-pee.pizza. And that still works. That redirects to our YouTube. Doo-doo pee-pee.pizza. Because I think poo-poo pee-pee was taken. So I got doo-doo pee-pee. And I think .ninja is another one I bought. I don't remember. I love buying you. Actually. Oh, man. This one's bad. So I love buying URLs as a joke. As has been well established if anybody's known me for any length of time. 146 days. Oh, it'll renew. That shit's so expensive now too. Like some of these, it auto renews and I get a bill. I'm like $100 for GoDaddy for what? And it's like, oh, you're, fart lemonade pizza booger just renewed. And I'm like, oh God damn it. I gotta stop this. But then I'm like, well, what if that person just like decides, to check on it one day, and it's just hilarious. let's see. It was pretty sad to hear about Val Kilmer. Yeah, that was mega sad. We're going to talk about that today for sure. So the other day, I have a buddy of mine, and he was a little intoxicated, and I know he's not watching this stream, so I'm gonna throw him under the bus for just a second. So, when he's intoxicated, you know, the strip club sometimes gets brought up, and he calls it the Titter. He's like, "You want to go to the Titter?" I'm like, I'd never heard of a strip club called the Titter in my life. And the first time I heard him say this, like, I lost my mind. I was just laughing hysterical. I'm like, the what? What did you say? And so it's been this running joke of like, if everybody's out drinking or if I'm teaching like, we going to the Titter? You know, I'll ask him. Of course, we're not going to the Titter, right? And I have one of those Vesta boards, the split flap displays that are, you know, tacky. I mean, they're cool as hell, but it's a very rich white person thing to have. But it's for my business. And sometimes it'll be there, and it'll be late or whatever, and I'll send a message up there if he's there and kind of tipsy, and it'll just say Titter ? And it's just, it's funny, and it's kind of an inside joke. But I haven't told him this yet, but I bought gotitter.com, and it redirects to his Instagram. He doesn't know it. One of these days, I'm just going to slide that into conversation and be like, oh man, have you heard of this website, gotitter.com? And it's just going to be his social media. Oh man, I love a good URL joke. I mean, I'm pretty sure it still works. Let's see, double check. And yeah, it totally works. Okay, cool. Just making sure. I've done that many times. Like, if anybody remembered Steven Idlet, who used to work at Maxine's, he's really tall and he used to play basketball. And there was this old interview of him, like, being interviewed by ESPN or something. It's like a really old interview on YouTube. And if you go to Nut in Butt, Nuttbutt, or Nuttinbuttin, Nut in Butt. No, it's Nuttinbutt.net, Nuttin But Net. So nutinbutt.net, Nuttin But Net, and it'll redirect to that video. That was a good one. I was really proud of that one. Nuttin But Net. So many of them. Let's see, Vince. The connection between Google's Gmail and Garfield Creator Gmail is a playful marketing campaign where the original Gmail was offered as email with catitude. Oh my God. Let me kick my GoDaddy for just a second and see what I still have. Like, I should probably do like an audit of what I still own. I just sent a fucking verification code. Like, everything is like a 6-factor authentication now, which, I mean, I guess is fine. Like, that's cool. I'm glad they're doing that, but good Lord. Okay. My products. What do we got? Can I just get a list of them here? All right, I got Beatbox, Halloween Dance Party.com, still a thing. That's cool. Beatbox Halloween. NWA Halloween, I own that one. I need to get rid of Block23.com. That's an old one. I mean, that's my LLC name. That was originally the name of Pinpoint, was Block23. But check this out. Namecheap.com domains. What's good guy? Ooh. Hang on, let me take a look at that. Blacticacid.com, doodoopeepee.pizza, milklemonade.ninja, that was a good one. Oh, radjizz.biz. I redirected that to a buddy's, like, you know, I think that's maybe Prisma, but that might not work anymore because it's now 8Air Creative. So I'll have to up that one. Because, you know, he's a big time dude. Yeah. And I'm like, just all that big jizz, you know, big jizz energy. I was like, oh man, bigjizz.biz. And then I also bought radjizz.biz. Because I thought it was funny. I don't think I've redirected that one. I'm just camping on it. Nutinbutt.net. Yeah. Bingdong.party. That was somebody said something in a group. It was my friend Charlie Rao. She said Bing Dong. Bing Dong something. And, I redirected bingdong.party to him. Nightmare on Block Street, got that one. Raw Conk, that one was a silly one. Air D&D, got that one. Twistthefist.com, yeah, that was another inside joke. Drive-in speaker box, the driveinspeakerbox.com. Oh, Cryerp.com. That was I was drunk and hanging out with the guys from Alamo Draft House, and one of the girls was like laughing so hard she was crying, but then she was burping, and she called it a Cryerp, and so I bought that one. Vietnam, oh man, that's a good, yeah, I don't know, but I like Vietnam. Tron the Whole Game, that was a guy named Tron. Wackula.com. Hotbrown.town. Yeah, when Jake was talking about hot brown sandwiches, I brought hotbrown.town. I think that one redirects to Jake. What does that one redirect to? No, I guess I don't have that redirected anywhere right now. I need to redirect that one. Oh, or was it sandwichdick.pizza? Sandwichdick.pizza. Does that one redirect to Jake? Yeah, that redirects to Jake's Facebook. Sandwichdick.pizza. Yeah, Tales from the Cryptids, which I haven't. That was the website I was going to build. GoTitter.com. Yeah, man, I'm just out here buying URLs like an idiot. I don't know what my problem is. It's fucking hilarious, though. Now, let me take a look at this one. Whatsgoodguy.com. Dang, only $12 a year? That's it? Whatsgoodguy.com. Hey, man. Website built by dang old AI, dude. Come on, man. This is going to be the best old website. Hell yeah. Thanks for the sub. Even though I know it's probably Prime. Yep, there it was. You pay for that. But thank you. I'll take it. You still get ads, though. I don't know where Jake is. Yeah, because Prime subs aren't like real subs. I don't know. It's like the way that Amazon Prime like gives you these subs, and the way that they work, like you don't get ad free, you don't get whatever. And for streamers, I think we only get like 30% of the value of an actual sub. I think that's why you still have to sit through ads. It's because it's not like a subbing with Prime and still getting ads. I mean, like paying for Prime and still getting ads on your streaming is another FU. You know, it's because you get like 1 or 2 free subs a month, I think, through Amazon Prime, through Twitch, because they own Twitch now too. But it's so stupid. They like create things. They're like, look at these cool things that we're giving you because we're so cool. But it really just creates more inconvenience. So you can like go, oh, well, man, I just need to pay more. I have not done ad-free Prime yet. I just absolutely refuse. And it's a funny model because we're going to start seeing a lot more ads on streaming platforms, not because they want more revenue, right? I think, or revenue from us. They don't want our membership fees to go up. Or they do, but they don't care. But here's the thing, is the studios are now starting to realize that they made a huge mistake by going ad-free as a premium. They thought They anticipated that they would be just generating a lot more money from premiums from people that were willing to pay to not have an ad-free experience than they were generating money from the advertisers themselves. And that was their fatal mistake, because now the advertisers are not throwing insane amounts of money at these places for ad placement. They're like, well, wait a minute. We're getting a lot more money from ad revenue and not having to deliver a product really other than a placement from an ad that they've already created for us. And so they're like trying to find out ways to get ads back in front of us, because then, you know, it's like, all right, we already subscribed to the service and that's money, but it's really just enough money to keep the service afloat, but we're not making any profit. So they're having to figure out how to get ads in front of us again so that they can get advertisers to pay them insane amounts of money again. And we're just coming full circle back to cable. And I told you so. People are so predictable. Very rarely does an ad influence you to buy anything. You think that. However, advertising fucking works. And the reason is you gotta think about ads in a sense of a successful ad does not equal something that you look at and go, I want that. I need to stop what I'm doing and buy this thing. The way that advertising truly works, like at its core as a psychological tool, is they want to get that message in front of you enough that when the need arises for you to have a need for, let's say, whatever that solution is, if you're like, shit, my toilet is clogged, what am I going to do? And then you're like, well, shit, I'm going to go get some Drano, you know? And they're like, you've seen it so many times, it's the first thing you think of. Not, I just saw Drano on TV, I want to go buy Drano. It's when you need it, it's living rent-free in your brain as the first solution. And that's the same thing with these. They're trying to target, like, when the phone listens to you, and you keep seeing all this shit, and you don't want to see it, and it kind of makes you not want it in the moment. But that moment, you need that food or that device or that whatever, that thing that you saw the ad for 100 times is the first product you think of. And that's the secret sauce, man. That's what they want. When Facebook updates, sometimes it re-enables the microphone. If you, fuck that. I need to double check my settings. Because, yeah, they update the terms of service, which reactivates all your crap. It's like when MTV showed videos, even if you hate the song after seeing it a billion times, you start to like it. Yeah, I mean, and the rule of advertising is 3s. That's why, you know, a lot of the times when Hulu first started doing ads, people are like, why is it showing me the same commercial in a show? I've already seen this, but they show it like 3 times. And sometimes back to back. And it's because repetition, you know, get it stuck in there. Cheetos Paw ad also worked back in the day. Hell yeah, man. Ads work. We sipping today? Fuck it. We ride. I've still got my small batch Teeling's Irish whiskey. Right. Actually, I'm going to finish this Corbel. No, I'm going to do this because I need less sugar in my life. So I'm just going to do this. That's clean enough. Yeah, somebody redeeming a sip. But we'll do it. Bink. Cheers, Merle. Yeah. He did not. He texted me and said he's almost there. I assume that there he is, right there. Yeah, there we go. See you then. Okay. I don't know why I didn't have my phone plugged in all this time. Your mic is so much more echoey than mine. Oh, I see why. Get in there real quick.
Well, it's not on. Yeah.
There you go.
How was mine more echoey when it wasn't even there?
I was using this one over here.
Oh.
Number 3. Number 3.
What is the titters? Hey, Merle.
No, it's not the titter. Oh, how he was at it's the titter. The titter. Just one.
Oh, wow, Vince.
Strip club.
Another car. You know what? I'll tell you what. After I was sitting at a stoplight minding my own business and someone ran into the back of me, everyone I told that was like family or whatever, they just go, really? Is there like a magnet attached to you or something?
Okay, I'm gonna get our deals going here. Ka-beep, ka-beep. Let me get this theme song going here. Get all these things going here. There's that one. There's this one.
I wonder what it's like to be someone that's like never had a concussion and never been in a car accident and just get to be a whole person.
It's a good question. I don't know. But we'll be right back and we'll talk about it though. See you in just a second.
We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with a few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Good evening, everybody. It is April 7th, 2025. You are tuned into the Drive-In Speakerbox podcast. We're going to be talking to you about movies, as we do. I'm your host, Bo, the boom operator.
I'm Slick Doggy the Grip.
And for the next hour, we're going to be telling you what's coming out in theaters this week, what came out in theaters last week, what we saw, how we feel about it, news, trailers, people that died. We're going to cry. We're going to laugh. We're going to, we're going to drink. We're going to burp. We're going to, we're going to do all the things. We're going to live. We're going to be, this is a human experience.
Oh.
And we're glad that you're sharing it with us. This is not AI. This is not even edited. This is just live shit. So this is some real, I mean, we're not going to like shit live on air. It's not like that kind of video.
Don't, no.
But it is real. It's the real human experience. So thanks for joining us. Man. Did you see any movies this week, Jay? Did you?
No, but I did, because we didn't get anything new here except for that camp horror movie.
Yeah, which I saw, and we
nice.
got the Luckiest Man in America, which you said you didn't want to see because you watched the documentary or something.
Yeah,
like that,
I think
right?
Vince and I were in agreement and stuff there that if you watch the documentary that's been on like Game Show Network and probably like NBC or something, who knows what, But there's been documentaries of that. I've watched them. I know the
Yeah,
deal.
but it's not with actors.
Yeah, but being put into a movie.
It's not with
form.
Walton Goggins.
But you know what I did watch?
What'd you watch?
I started watching that new Kevin Bacon series, Bondsman.
Okay, I've not seen it, but
it's like R.I.P.D. except he's not the bad guy in this. He's the
but
good
it
guy.
is supernatural.
Yeah. He's like a guy that dies and comes back, and we'll talk more about it in a little bit.
Well, shout outs to all of our people watching online. We do this live every week. Shout outs to Movie Albert and Velvet Santa and Poochie Vince and all the gang over on Twitch. We're also streaming this on YouTube and Facebook Live. You can follow us wherever it is you want to follow us. Get in here to the live chat. You can chat with us. You can influence the direction of the show. Like I said, this isn't scripted. This isn't edited. We're just two professionals doing this thing. And if you don't want to participate in any live, you can just download this wherever you get your podcast, or tell your smart speaker to play the Driving Speaker Rex podcast. Yeah, there's a hyphen in there. But yeah, dude, I saw the summer camp movie though. I went and saw Hell of a Summer.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
It was a really big toss-up because I did want to go see that. There was actually a lot of movies that were in the theaters that I kind of wanted to see because I didn't get to see Working Man.
Yeah,
and I kind of wanted to see that.
I almost went and did that, but it was like, yeah, that would have been last week, and I would have felt goofy doing the catch-up on a Statham movie. But I almost watched The Hell of a Summer, but I was like, is it going to be more comedy? Is there going to be more jump scare?
It's all comedy. There's zero jump scare. But we'll talk about that later in the show. Talk about the half-hour mark.
I don't think anything much is better than Heavyweights there, Velvet Santa. That's a good-ass movie.
Does it hold up, though?
Yes.
Because, like, I know that, like,
sick go-karts. There's evil Ben Stiller.
Yeah, but can you, like, body positivity has ruined comedy of that nature, right? You can't just be like, hey, you fat turd.
Well, it doesn't take place in 2025. It takes place in 1990 whatever.
I know, but some of those things don't age well. I mean, I was a heavyweight growing up, and, you know, I can laugh at that humor. I think it's fun, even though it's a little bit trauma-inducing, but I think a little trauma is what makes you a better person. You know, it's that...
A little bit.
A little bit.
Maybe. I don't know.
Does anybody know who... what's his name? Like Ronnie Chin? Do you guys follow him? He's a comedian.
I know who he is.
He is freaking hilarious. Like, he's on The Daily Show. He was in that TV series that I watched, the Interior Chinatown, that I really liked.
Yeah.
And he's got all his specials are now on Netflix. And one of his specials, it was just like Attack of the Asian Comedian on America, or Asian Comedian Takes America, or whatever. That was the only one I haven't watched, and it was my favorite of all of them. But anyway, one of his big takes is just like, we don't beat our kids enough. And you know,
being angry is like his thing.
Yeah, he's just like everything's stupid. He's kind of like an who's the redhead? Bill
Burr.
Bill Burr. He's like a Malaysian Bill Burr, which is pretty great, and I think I like him better than Bill Burr. So highly recommend watching Ronnie Chang. He's fantastic. But anyway,
he was in Shang-Chi.
He was, and he's always like the crusty,
himself.
Angry. Yeah. Like he's a hysterical dude. But anyway, that aside, there is news that is also anger-inducing. For those of you that are Marvel fans, I don't know if you followed this news. Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4 announced its title this past week, and it's going to be titled Spider-Man Brand New Day, which follows, you know, apparently what a lot of fans think of as one of the worst choices of the you know.
Well, because a Brand New Day is when it was reset, and
because originally he made a wish to like Mephisto or whatever to protect Aunt May. He's like, I wish that nobody knew about Spider-Man or something like this.
Well, yeah, it took away him and Mary Jane's like family, and undid everything, and it made it where Peter Parker was back to being broke and single and scrounging together things to get his web shooter. And it's also when they started releasing the comic like 3 or 4 times a month, and it was like, dude, who wants to pay $20 for Spider-Man every month? because that was back when I read comics, and yeah, it was.
But it also sounds like a brilliant way to do the origin story yet again with all new cast, minus Tom Holland. And, you know, I'm just so... We've said this back, I want to say like 10 years ago. I'm sick of Batman origin stories. I'm sick of Wolverine origin stories. I'm sick of Spider-Man origin stories. I'm sick of Superman origin stories. I'm sick of... Is there another one? Another origin story that we've gotten just too many?
Over and over again?
Batman, Superman.
Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. I think those are the big ones.
Those are the big ones that we've seen a lot.
Yeah.
And they're just like redoing the origin story over and over, and I don't want any more of it. But I think that this is them gonna do it. They're gonna do it again. So I don't know. I didn't think that was great news. Velvet Santa on Twitch says Jesus origin stories.
Wow.
Yeah, he's everybody's favorite superhero.
Talking about those heroes, we got some more Superman. Did you watch the extended preview?
I didn't.
Well, it's the biggest waste of time. So, you know, the trailer opens up with Superman crashing into the Arctic, bleeding everywhere, unable to move.
His ass whooped.
And he asked for Crypto to come get him. Well, the extended preview, it turns out that scene is like 5 minutes long and played for comedy because Crypto comes running up and just pounces on him and like beats him up basically.
Like licks his face.
And and is just like licking him and punching him and just being the worst dog of all time before finally dragging him to the Fortress of Solitude, which springs up from the ice and like goes back to be secret. And then his robots take him and concentrate sunlight onto his body to heal him. And the dog and the robots are just there for laughs. And so their extended preview of Superman is not impressive at all. It's just, hey, look at these pathetic play for laugh things that we're doing.
Just so tired of Superman.
Velvet Santa, how are you? Watch that and tell me that you're still hopeful, because they're like, hey, heard you guys want to know more Superman. Let's get hyped about Superman. Here's this. And it's just like 5 minutes of Crypto being a bad dog.
How do people get excited about Superman in 2025?
Yeah.
Like, Superman sucks.
Nah, man.
No,
Superman can be pretty cool.
Superman sucks.
I don't know about that.
When's the last time Superman was cool? Ever. Well, okay. I mean,
All-Star Superman was good.
When was that? Like 1980
No,
blank?
that was early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Superman's just not cool. And the cool stuff with Superman in it's generally Justice League, and he goes bad, and Batman has to figure it out. It's not Superman being cool. It's everybody else but Superman being cool, because Superman's like, Superman sucks.
Batman Superman was a cool run. Yeah. It had some cool animated things. You know, yeah. Superman can be cool.
Oh, man. Nah, Superboy's cool.
Superboy is cool. You're right about that.
Tertiary super is cool. I didn't want to get too far from this, but in the comments over on Twitch, Movie Albert said in the news, kids are trashing theaters during showings of Minecraft. This reminds me, this harkens back to the Minions thing, where like people were going in dressed as Minions and like just going and just screwing up the theater and making it a bad time for everyone. I'm not surprised, because most people that like Minecraft are also
kids,
idiots. I'm calling you out, Minecrafties. Like, why is Minecraft cool? Like, with all of the amazing technology and advances in like world building and Unreal Engine and all this kind of stuff, we've got all these advances in computer technology and game design, and they go, what if we just let you have the world builder tool for Doom? And everyone's like, greatest game ever made. And that game is so boring, and they're like, look, we made a circuit out of, it took us 75 years to make the Starship Enterprise out of grass.
Has someone
this is stupid.
Has someone built Doom in Minecraft? I'm sure they have.
Of course they
They're
have.
bound to have.
Like,
because you can play Doom on anything. Have you ever seen that they've programmed Doom onto like pregnancy tests and stuff like that?
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, Minecraft is like, I understand the principle of it, right? Like, I understand it's a building block game, but it's just teach kids something cooler. Like, Minecraft is just the freaking worst. I tried it. I gave it its college try. I like tried to build a house and then the monster, and then you turn into the gold into whatever. Movie hour continues and says some theaters stopped the movie and escorted everyone out with no refunds.
That's hilarious. That's
Good
really
on them.
funny.
Screw that.
Because people took their kids there just to run wild with it. I saw that our local theaters had where you could rent Minecraft theater with a maximum capacity of 20. It said 1 to 20 max.
Okay.
So maybe our local theaters were catching wind of that, and they're like, "Oh, you can have the whole theater to yourself, but no more than 20 people."
No more. That's it. The end. Yeah. Other news. I mean, there's obvious news that I want to get to, but I don't want to get to. I want to get to that last. But there was a little bit of news that I wanted to mention. David Fincher set to direct a Brad Pitt-led sequel on Netflix to a Quentin Tarantino movie. Yes, this is right. Wanting to do a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood following the Brad Pitt character, the stuntman, who's like the Manson family nemesis, Cliff Booth. Set up by Netflix. I don't know. The script apparently is going to be written by Quentin Tarantino and directed by David Fincher, which could be an interesting combo. But another hot take. A lot of people think Quentin Tarantino can do no wrong.
I don't think he can do any right.
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't like Tarantino. But.
So if we've had this conversation on the show before about Tarantino, and a lot of people that like, the film lovers, like you gotta like love movies to like Quentin Tarantino. I don't really subscribe to that theory. Reservoir Dogs is fine. It's pretty good. Kill Bill 1 and 2, not really a big fan of. Surprisingly enough, I think it's just a series of cool scenes that he wanted to remake. And in fact, I think he's on record saying that it didn't really. He just wanted to make a bunch of cool scenes from movies he thought was cool, but then like tried to figure out a script around it second after that. He's like, whatever. Jackie Brown, as Vince said in Twitch, is good. Jackie Brown is good. From Dusk Till Dawn gets a pass because it's vampires.
That's probably the closest one to being a movie that I like.
Yeah, and Tom Savini is in the movie as well as a special effects supervisor, and that's pretty cool.
Velvet Santa asked about Death Proof. I don't like Death Proof. No.
I also don't like Death Proof.
Most people. So I worked.
And I love Kurt Russell.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then you put Rosario Dawson in there, and she's never in a good movie. I can't think of one movie she's in that I'm like, that's a good movie.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Because even Men in Black 2. Not the best one. I worked at the theater when the Grindhouse thing happened, and everyone would leave during Death Proof. And then word would get around too. They're like, hey, stick around for the trailers during the middle, and then you can just bail during Death Proof. And every time people would stick around for the Robert Rodriguez half of it, they would watch the fake trailers in the break in the middle, and then everyone would just leave during Death Proof.
Yeah, that's true. I will say that I did like Hateful Eight. I thought that was a pretty good movie. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is actually pretty decent. So, but other than that, he's not the greatest. It's whatever, man. And he's old, and he's, whatever, and he's inappropriate. But I'm not excited about. David Fincher's great. He's fine. Tarantino's fine. I like Brad Pitt. Whatever. I'll probably watch it. Who cares? Did you have some news here?
Yeah, man. Not only did we get that extended look at Superman, but we got a whole handful of others. I can't remember if it was this last week where we got more of the Thunderbolts stuff, because that's just always coming out.
They showed.
Continues to look more and more dumb.
Sentry.
But we also got a look at Megan 2. Did
Or
you
you
watch
like
the
it-
trailer for Megan 2?
No, why would I do that? Unless I'm
Because-
at a theater and it's forced upon me, I'm probably not going to seek that one out. Is it? Are you telling me like you're excited about this?
It's Terminator 2. So,
So she comes back and she's good.
yes. So they bring her back, and the trailer opens up, and she's in like a little robot plugged
Riding
into
a Harley.
No, plugged into a USB port, and she's like, she's basically a smart speaker, and she's like, "Oh, what the hell?" And they're like, "Hey, sorry, but we're bringing you back, but you got to stay here." And she goes, "Give me a body," and they're like, "There's no way we can trust you." But then some other rogue AI thing that someone made based on Megan. Is out there like killing everyone involved in that Megan project. And so they make a deal with her to go fight this other robot. And then it's T2 because there's this like super advanced robot. And then there's upgraded Megan going to fight this robot.
Is there any Guns N' Roses songs?
Most likely.
Which, so okay.
You want in a million. Oh, yeah, that's what you want. Wow.
Welcome to the jungle, baby. You're
Yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah, man. It looks good. It's like
okay.
it's more action than horror this time around.
I'll
So
watch the
it's
trailer.
doing the Terminator thing. The original Terminator was
A sci-fi horror.
sci-fi horror with robots killing people,
And it turned into
just
sci-fi
like Megan.
action adventure.
And then now, exactly, dude. I mean, it's a good path to follow.
I mean,
it
the-
doesn't look bad.
The playbook is sound.
Yeah.
We'll give it that.
So it looks like it might be cool. We also got a trailer for Naked Gun.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I did. And man, so Slapstick and me, we don't agree all the time. We don't see eye to eye all
Oh,
the
the trailer
time.
didn't have any slapstick. It had Liam Neeson murdering bank robbers
Well, the end, that there was a slapstick at the end where all
Yeah.
those cops were like
In front of the
in front of their portraits of their
Yeah.
dads, and then the OJ portrait, like that one got me. I was like, okay, that's funny. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it is also funny that Liam Neeson's doing more action shit, and they're probably going to lean into that, But I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, just this little peek at what it's gonna be. I'm excited about it because it's Liam Neeson doing action comedy, and I think that is gonna work great. I like Naked Gun movies.
They have their place, and it's because I like Leslie Nielsen.
Any of
Like,
those Leslie Nielsen dumbass movies like that, Naked Gun. There was another one that was like
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Dracula Dead and Loving It's great. But there was another one that was like Naked Gun that was called something different, but was very clearly like a Naked Gun movie. I'll watch those.
Spy
Hard. Those are fun, and this looks like it's going to keep that up. So I'm excited about that. But you know what? Talking Liam Neeson, Loaded Weapon, that might have been it.
Leslie Nielsen wasn't in those though. That was like Emilio Estevez, I think, and it was like a Lethal Weapon spoof.
No, are you thinking of the one with Charlie Sheen that
Maybe-
was
No, that was Hot Shots.
Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part
Yeah,
2.
Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson were in Loaded Weapon, and because I remember Emilio Estevez because there was a scene where he goes to his trailer on the beach, just like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon, and he goes in and it's just like a palace on the inside. It's just like huge. I don't know. These movies are so stupid.
It is funny that Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen were both in the spoof movies.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
And the fact that Samuel L. Jackson was playing Danny Glover, I mean, maybe I need to go watch Loaded Weapon 1. Did they ever make it Loaded Weapon 2? I don't know. I mean, Tim Curry was in that. John Lovitz was in that. I mean, William Shatner was in that. Maybe, yeah, we need to go. Bill Nunn was in that. Oh my God, yeah. Maybe I need to go revisit.
I mean, you put John Lovitz in a movie, it's worth
Like,
watching.
sign me up. It stinks.
Yeah, dude, The Critic is the best cartoon.
I saw him perform at the Grove.
Damn
in
it, I wanted
Rogers.
to go see that so
Yeah,
bad.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, so, but talking Liam Neeson, though, did you see that for Greta Gerwig's Narnia, not
Meryl Streep's gonna be Aslan.
Yeah. The fuck? Are you... Bring Liam Neeson back. Liam Neeson he's good at being God. I don't know if you know this, but
I feel like Meryl Streep could also be a pretty
Aslan?
gnarly god.
Aslan, though?
I mean,
Because Liam
Alanis
Neeson was
Morissette
Zeus.
pulled it off pretty good.
She didn't talk.
That's true. She didn't talk.
She went,
boop. She kind of talks in or what is it? The Great North, and she's not God. She's just like this big mythical creature in the sky.
Because yeah, in the one you're talking about, what was it? The Kevin
Dogma.
Smith movie, yeah, in Dogma. She if she talks, their head blows up because that's what she ends up doing to old Ben Affleck after he murders Matt Damon and everything.
Just says something to him.
Or was it Matt Damon that killed Ben Affleck? No, it was Ben Affleck that killed Matt Damon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Damon.
Yeah, but she goes, "Pop," and he goes,
I mean, Aslan.
Aslan's he's
Well, here's the thing about
Liam Neeson was such a perfect voice choice for Aslan.
And I think, I'm going to agree with you because I think Liam Neeson's voice is so powerful on its own. Meryl Streep as a presence on screen is incredibly powerful, but I just don't know if her voice alone is going to command that Aslandian sort of...
yeah, I mean, not to be that guy in 2025, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Aslan has a wiener.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what I'm kind of getting
Aslan's
at.
got nards.
Yeah, he has a mane.
He is a Maine. Maine.
Yeah.
What?
I've read all these fucking Narnia books. I have the box set.
I have the Bible.
I loved
dude.
Narnia when I was a kid.
I have the Chick-fil-A abridged edition for kids.
Is that a real thing?
They had, because like...
Of Narnia?
So Chick-fil-A would often either pick from Chronicles of Narnia or VeggieTales for their kids meals because, Jesus. And so they would, often have little, like, activity books in the kids' meals. Because I used to have this thing where I was like, I didn't want a whole lot of junk food, but I still wanted some junk food. So I'd just go get a kid's meal to, like, make myself not eat a whole bunch. Mm-hmm. And I get a lot of Chronicle and Narnia stuff from Chick-fil-A.
Well, I mean, Narnia's pretty cool.
And there's a lion, there's a witch, there's a wardrobe, dude. Why is she not the witch?
Yeah, I think I don't know what else to say there. So yeah, that was whack.
I keep seeing in that, speaking of maybe not fully thought out flips, character or casting flips, I keep seeing a lot of funny memes about the Harry Potter TV show casting, having an African American Snape, and it just keeps getting funnier. And they redid the scene where Neville goes to the thing in the box that when you open the box and it just becomes your worst fear, and the scene where it comes out and it's Snape, Professor Snape, because,
with the grandma clothes.
Yeah, and Professor Snape, Neville's really scared of him, but this spoof, they were like, all right, the thing's gonna come out as what you fear most.
Oh,
and it's
no.
a black man. and
everyone looks at Neville. And then his biggest fear becomes being in front of the group of people, with that being his biggest fear.
Yeah, and then the teacher was like, Neville, it was pretty funny. But again, it was like, have they thought this out? With like James Potter, bullying the only black kid in the school, and didn't they tie him from a tree or something? Like, I don't know.
They tortured Snape.
All kinds of things that you probably shouldn't be doing. You gotta think about these things a little bit, because they hit different.
There's that really cool fan film where you get to see Snape be bullied, and then they have like a duel and stuff. It's pretty good. I can't remember what it's called, but it's out there on the YouTube.
So last bit of news I want to get to before we start talking about new releases is kind of some bummer news. If you didn't hear about it, we didn't talk about it last week because it didn't happen yet. But Val Kilmer passed away this week. Val Kilmer, like, he was struggling with his health pretty roughly. He was cast in Top Gun Maverick. Obviously not able to speak anymore, but a prolific career with this guy. I mean, an amazing actor. He could do comedy, he could do drama, he could do very, very serious stuff, and not so serious stuff. And we were on the Discord sharing some of our favorite movies about him. I want to make a point to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang this week because I haven't seen it in a long time. One of my favorite movies with Val Kilmer.
Or just watch Real Genius like 5 times in a row.
I mean, Willow, Real Genius, The Saint. Everybody wants to talk about The Doors.
Well, because he was so good at being Jim Morrison.
He was. That was an amazing performance. I didn't like the movie so much, but
especially the part where he's like a big time butthole, and you're like, oh man, Jim Morrison sucked.
He did suck.
Yeah,
he played that so well. I mean, that was an incredible performance, and there is no other performance that really catches a true Western other than Tombstone. Like that, he absolutely slayed it. Like, I'll be your huckleberry, which is just my God. If there's, it made me want to grow that mustache and wear that hat. I mean, he's just so good. Heat, Batman, Island, Dr. Moreau. He was both. Wasn't he? I mean, he was Doc Holliday, obviously, but wasn't he? Who's the other? Wyatt Earp. Didn't he play Wyatt Earp in another movie? I feel like he was both of them.
I don't think
before.
So. Not that I know of.
But anyway, I mean, Mad Mardigan.
Yeah, Little Peck.
Little Peck, man.
Dude, yeah, he was Batman.
He was Batman.
He was Batman.
That
the one where he was like, because it was always the Val Kilmer was the better Batman and not Bruce Wayne, and George Clooney was like the better Bruce Wayne and not Batman.
Yeah, it's true. George Clooney had moved his neck too much.
But Val Kilmer was like in the weird one with Nicole Kidman, and everything was kind of like trippy and like more.
That was a good one.
Weird.
That was with the Riddler.
Batman Forever.
Yeah, it was the Riddler and Two-Face. And that one was pretty. And Robin was like the first appearance of Robin.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good one, man. And it has a really good pinball machine. Actually, Sega put out a great Batman Returns or Batman Forever, pinball machine. But that was also Joel. Was that still Joel Schumacher?
I think that's when he started, because he decided to make him goofy.
After Tim Burton, and that's when you got more nipples and more cod pieces and more like that was the scene where it was like ka-chink, ka-chink, and it was like nipples, dicks, butts.
That was the Clooney one. That was the Batman and Robin.
Okay, because I know Joel Schumacher was all about dicks, nipples, and butts. Like that's his thing. He, shout outs to Joel Schumacher. Lost Boys, one of my favorite movies in the history of movies.
But that was a big.
That was a blow.
Bummer to see that.
Super sad.
And yesterday, we lost Dennis the Menace, like the Dennis the Menace.
What?
Yeah.
How old was he?
73.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
So that was something that I did not expect to see in the news either.
Oh, man. Just people dying. Dennis the Menace. The last Val Kilmer, I didn't mean to go back to Val Kilmer really quick, but there was like this clip reel showing on IMDb about him, and I forgot where he put on the Batman suit in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And he's like, and that wasn't very long ago.
In Strikes Back?
Or whatever the last one was. What was the not Strikes Back.
The one where they go to the Comic-Con?
Yeah, like the one that just
reboot.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that one was.
I don't remember what
Val
it was
Kilmer
called.
was in that one.
Yeah, the reboot. Yeah. He was also, what was that movie where he was like the cop for the reservations? He was a reservation police.
Oh God, what was that one called? That was pretty good too.
Dude, he's been in a lot of movies.
That was so many ones. I was obsessed with the score to The Saint when I was a kid. Star Puncher says Thunderheart.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I can't remember for the life of me.
Well, shout outs to Val Kilmer. We will miss you. Thanks for everything.
Wow, Vince. Wow.
What's going on in the comments?
Oh, well, Movie Albert said that Jay North died from having rectal cancer, which would just be awful. And then Vince came in and he said, that's karma for being such a pain in the ass to Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson. Dennis. All right. Well, let's tell you what's coming out in theaters this week, because it is about that time, and there are new movies coming out in theaters this week. Yeah, there's a handful. Not a lot are going to probably make it to a theater near you. Probably only 2, maybe 3. The one that is getting a big nationwide release, because we've seen the trailer a million billion times. It's the new movie from Ken Nolan, James Howes, written by Ken Nolan, but it's starring Rami Malek. You've seen him in Mr. Robot. You've seen him in the Queen biopic. It's got John Bernthal in this one. It's got who else is in this movie? Lawrence Fishburne. It's a bunch of people. It's called The Amateur. It's about these CIA agents. Rami Malek's a computer nerd. You've probably seen the trailer, so stop me if you heard this one. And his wife gets killed by some terrorists, and he's like, I want to get him. I want to kill him. And they're like, you're a computer puss. Like, sit at your desk. You can't do nothing. Here, hold a gun. You can't even hold it up. Noodle arms. And then he's like, well, what about the skills I am good at? And he's just like computers his way into ruining these bad guys' lives. But then the CIA is like, we can't like have you out here killing people. And he's like, stop me. And so the CIA is out to get him, and he's getting the bad guys. Looks pretty fun. I like Rami Malek. I think he's really cool. He's got a great look about him when he's trying to be a little tech nerd.
Because he did Mr. Robot.
I know, he's got that. That's a really good typecast for him. So that's coming out in theaters this week. Also coming out in fairly limited release is a film called Sacramento. And this movie is directed by Michael Angiorano. It's got, he's in it, as well as Michael Cera and Kristen Stewart. It's about this energetic and free-spirited young man tries to convince his longtime friend, who is settled in domestic life, to kind of go on this impromptu road trip from L.A. to Sacramento. And, you know, very Wes Anderson color schemes, tongue-in-cheek, you know, indie comedy. We will see how that turns out. Kristen Stewart, of course, you know, pulling out all her indie chops again. She's
Well, but here's the question: will Michael Cera or Kristen Stewart be able to express any range of emotion in this movie?
I don't know. Kristen Stewart's playing a pregnant woman, so we will see if she can, you know, sell it as any sort of emotional, relatable character. But that's coming out in theaters this week. And also coming out in theaters, the animated Jesus, King of Kings, coming out. It's the story of Jesus Christ as told by Charles Dickens and seen through the eyes of an innocent child. It's got Pierce Brosnan, Kenneth Branagh, Uma Thurman, Oscar Isaac, Ben Kingsley, Mark Hamill, Forrest Whitaker,
Jim Cummings.
Dude, I am telling you, this is a...
What? Dude, this is a voice acting powerhouse movie. What the fuck?
About the Bible. Yeah.
Look at that list again, man.
I mean, let's go through it.
Dude, you got James Bond. Yeah. You got Moon Knight. You have
the Charles Perrault.
Yeah, you got Poirot. You have Poison Ivy. You have
Luke
Skywalker and the Joker. You've
got Gandhi.
You have
Ghost Dog.
Winnie the Pooh.
You got them all.
You have the Incredible Hulk.
You got them all.
And Fred Tatasciore.
Oh my God! Yeah, they're all here. They're all here.
What?
And
what?
Dude,
how did this movie get so much voice acting talent?
And the crazy thing is, it's directed by Sung Ho Jung, and he is just a Korean VFX guy. And he hasn't really done anything here in the United States. And it's what has happened here, as a couple people in the comments have already maybe alluded to, as Merle says on Twitch, Jesus books. all of this like Angel Entertainment, all of the all of these Jesus movies that have been making the rounds, they're like, yo, if we make a Pixar-ish looking Jesus movie, we throw in Charles Dickens for reasons, and then we throw tons of money at one of the most star-studded casts we can find.
What?
In Trump's America, we're going to make all of the money because they have to go see it.
What studio?
And they have to bring their kids. That's the thing, is they've realized God's Not Dead's only taken the adult Jesus dollars. Now we're getting both.
I'm flabbergasted here. Or like, what movie studio has all of these people under contract that they forced them into this movie?
Well, here's the thing. Hollywood's screwed right now. A lot of the studios, they're not making big movies right now. They're not doing, it's either the biggest movies ever or nothing. A lot of the sound stages in California haven't seen a project in months. I bet some of these people are just like, yo, how much? All right, let's do it. Let's go. Papa gotta eat. And
but how are all of these people in this movie? I don't understand.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I get Uma Thurman. She's not out there very much. She's like, hey, a gig, let's do it. But Jim Cummings doesn't need
the one that
anything.
Surprises me the most is Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill doesn't need to be
because
in this.
Mark Hamill is an amazing voice talent, but he's also a pretty outspoken, liberal-minded kind of guy. And he's got to know who's going to be piling up for this movie. And, not to sit here and say, like, Jesus movies are bad or anything, but I saw the trailer, but I didn't see this one coming. I didn't see this cast. I didn't see Kenneth Branagh performing Charles Dickens performs the Bible. That was not on my bingo card this year.
What case is James Bond and Hercule Poirot going to solve together?
I wasn't expecting Oscar Isaac in the role of Jesus Christ. And what does that say? What is the Trump contingency going to say to a person of color performing the role of Jesus Christ?
I do like what Vince said. He said the sky was dark for all of the stars were in this movie. That's crazy, though, to have the Joker and Incredible Hulk and Winnie the Pooh in this movie. What?
And it's coming out this Easter. So, yeah, it's coming out this weekend. Check it out.
That's crazy.
It's Angel Studios, guys. They're throwing their money at this one. Yeah, man, just like, wow. And then for the horror junkies out there, even though it's like action thriller, maybe not even horror, I don't know who if anybody gets killed. You've seen the trailer. I can't stand seeing this trailer in the theater because it like has the phone vibrating noise in the trailer. It's like over and over and over. It's called Drop.
It looks like at least one of the waiters probably gets murked.
Yeah,
out.
it's a whodunit style thriller where this lady goes to dinner and she's meeting a blind date. I guess she's not met him before or whatever, and they're sitting at dinner and she gets an airdrop, which I guess is an Apple thing because my phone can't do it. And you can only send somebody within a 50-foot radius this thing a picture, and they're sending them pictures of like her family at home, like with guns at them and stuff. And they're like, "But now you gotta poison this dude in front of you." And she's like, "What the hell? I can't do it." And they're like, "You're gonna do it, or we're gonna kill your kids, lady." And then the entire movie is in the trailer, by the way. So
it does look like that.
You can check out the trailer. You can watch that movie in 3 minutes, or you can go to the theater this weekend and watch all 1 hour and 40 minutes of it. So that's coming out in theaters this week. The rest of the stuff is pretty small time. You're probably not going to see it in theaters. It's going to be hitting streaming or VOD. So if you want more information on that, hit us up in the Discord and we'll talk about it. But that's what's coming out in theaters. Let's talk to you about movies that are currently in theaters, because I went and saw Hell of a Summer. It's new. It's a new movie. It's actually been out technically since 2023. It was a kind of an indie film that was just running through the independent film circuit, like Sundance and Telluride and all this kind of stuff. Neon picked it up, and it was written and directed by Billy Brick and Finn Wolfhard. Everybody knows Finn Wolfhard because of Stranger Things, but Billy Brick is he's not really as famous, but I guess they're friends, right? And they're buddies, and they both star in, wrote, and directed this movie, which is about an hour and 30 minutes, which is a great runtime of a somewhat predictable, has a fun twist, summer camp slasher spoof. So it's a spoof in the sense that it's predictable. All spoofs are pretty predictable.
Well, but this movie looks like it set out to be that.
100%. It has all the stereotype typecasts of, the hot girl, the weird goth girl, the nerdy girl, and then the jock guy, and the guy that just doesn't get laid, and the nerd that no one likes that you are rooting for the whole time. It has all of this kind of stuff. The premise is there is this summer camp. It does do a little bit of misdirection. There's the main character of the movie is 24 years old. He's going back to be a counselor one more time. Even his mom's like, "Why are you going back? You're too old for this." And it's like the only thing he has, right? And it's what he's clinging to. And he goes to this camp. The counselors have been murdered, or the camp owners have been murdered. You don't find it out till later, but they're waiting for the camp owners to come back, and it's just the counselors that are there for the season, waiting for the students or the campers. What do we call them? So they've got like 2 nights before the students arrive. They're getting at camp. They're partying. They're smoking. Doing the traditional wet hot American summer kind of gag. But then people start dying.
Higher and higher.
Oh yeah, there is a scene like that too that has not that song.
Meteor coming.
No.
coming.
That is God. Wet Hot American Summer is so good. Even the show was pretty good. But I remember that movie first came out, and I was trying to get people to watch it. I had it on like a bootleg DVD that I bought from the Stella, which was the David Wayne, Michael Showalter, and Michael Ian Black's website, and I bought the movie direct from them. I was like, oh, it's so cool. I still have it. Anyway, people start dying, and then it becomes this sort of whodunit, like who's the killer, and everybody thinks it's this nerdy guy that is just the nicest. Like, he loves this camp so much. And then there's twists and turns. I don't want to give the spoilers away because there is, it's a whodunit. It's the fun part of the fun is figuring out who did it. The jokes start to lag after a point. It was written by a couple of kids. I guess, I don't know, how old is Finn Wolfhard right now? Like, what is he, like 25? I mean, it's hard to tell because he's playing a 9-year-old still, I think, in Stranger Things. But yeah, he and this guy, they're the writer director, but they're the duo that's kind of leading you through this movie, even though they're not the star of the movie. And it gets, some of the kills are predictable. There's a lot of funny tongue-in-cheek summer camp jokes that was fun. What's the job? One last summer job, they say in their comments. And the main character, it's this bait and switch at the end. You think you're following this one character, and then he's not the hero you think he's going to be. He's also not the bad guy, but that's probably, I've said too much. But the jokes are worth it. If you've ever been to summer camp, appreciated the summer camp genre, and just want to live in that for an hour and 20 minutes, cool. If you're looking for a scary movie that's like horror summer camp slasher, this is not that movie. There's a couple of like visually fun horror gags that are like, ooh, like there's a good axe to the head, and they pull it out and the guy goes and then like kind of falls over, and you're like, damn, it showed the whole thing. So there is some kind of fun gore that's still realistic and kind of a little gross, but overall there's not very many dead bodies. You see the kills coming. It's more of just exploring the summer camp trope, and all the different stereotypes of it. And go ahead.
Is it comedy or?
Oh yeah,
is
it's 100% comedy.
Okay.
It's totally comedy, and some of the jokes run a little long, and you're like, okay, I already heard that joke. But for the most part, it's fun. As Merle just said on Twitch, salute your shorts slasher.
Dude, you can watch
That's
Salute Your Shorts
accurate.
on like Paramount or whatever. Still a great show.
So I would say that's a really good summary of this movie, except for the killer is not Zeke the plumber, which it should have been.
Dude, that episode's so good, especially when they leave Butnick out on his own. And
Zeke the plumber.
Yeah.
Zeke the plumber. Dude,
that's funny.
that would be a good Halloween costume just to see who gets it.
Nobody.
The mask with the Band-Aid over
Yeah,
it.
the nose, because he doesn't have his
doesn't
nose.
have a nose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I wanted to, yeah. Jake, will you be Zeke the plumber for Halloween?
I totally could.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
just-
me
that'd
and
be
you
an
will
easy-
be the only ones.
no, somebody's got to be able to pick that one out and go, dude, that's Zeke the plumber.
Someone's going to come up and be like, dude, I watched a lot of TV in the 90s. Are you Zeke, the plumber, bro?
Well, hopefully it'll be like one of these things. It will be like a 90s movie where you're Zeke the plumber and no one knows what you are except for like this super hot babe. And you're just like standing there and you're like, nobody knows this costume. She goes, hey, excuse me. I know this is going to sound really weird, but are you Zeke the plumber? And then you guys like have this magical night, and yeah, that's the trajectory of that costume. I believe it in my heart. We'll just manifest that one.
It's also such a terrible costume because it's just a plaid shirt and
Overalls,
the big
plunger.
rubber mask, the plunger,
and like a bucket hat over a rubber mask.
working gloves.
Yeah, dude, Zeke the plumber. I think that's going to be a great costume.
That's a good costume idea, but yeah, no one would ever get it for sure.
But that's the best costumes, though. You know? And if you blacked out the eyes because you couldn't see his eyes, that's what
Right.
made that mask really scary. So it could be actually a very scary.
that episode is actually kind of terrifying at
I might
parts.
have to go back
yeah.
and that's what I'm going to like when I get home later tonight. I'm going to see if I can scrounge up the Zeke the Plumber episode of Salute Your Shorts and just like live nostalgically in that moment for a little while. But anyway, speaking of living nostalgically, Hell of a Summer. It's in theaters right now. It's a summer camp romp. It's fun. It's not It's not reinventing anything creatively. It's just pretty much what you would expect out of a summer camp comedy slasher. So take that the way you need to take it. If this is your thing, you're gonna enjoy it. It's not gonna blow you away. It's not a horror movie. It is a horror movie, but it's more of a comedy. I think it works for what it is. So, Hell of Summer, you can check it out. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jake. We're going to give you guys the box office roundup for the weekend of April 4th through 6th, 2025. You know how we do it. We're going to give you number 10 all the way up to number 1. We're going to give you mostly domestic numbers. We'll throw in some worldwide numbers for the big ones that are out over the world. But when you follow the numbers, you get to see what we're going to get more of or less of. So take it away, Jake.
Well, I just want to mention number 13 really quick because the Princess Mononoke 4K restoration that nobody gets to see, apparently.
Boo.
It did add 300 theaters, but it's still there. Second week out, $675,000. So it's made $6 million. Excited to see that one on the shopping shelf. But at number 10, Captain America Brave New World. I had no idea that movie was still around.
Still in 1,700 theaters, mind you.
Eighth week out from Disney, $1.3 million, bringing it up to just under $200 million in the U.S., 213.8 elsewhere, so just under 413 total for that one. And then at number 9, climbing from number 31, The Friend. $1.65 million for that one.
That was
second week out. I didn't realize that was its second week. I think it's I mean, it's in
It was
1,237 theaters now,
Yeah.
and it added 1,235 of those this past week.
Yeah, it was only in it's like 2 theaters nationwide.
Well, that's
that
the
was
one
the
that's
Bill
like,
Murray one.
Yeah, Bill Murray dies and leaves his Great Dane to his friend, and his friend has to deal with having a big-ass dog.
Yeah.
So, new Beethoven, I guess. And then at number 8, Hell of a Summer, it made $1.765 million, which is the 2-week total of The Friend. So both of those are sitting at that 1.76 or 1.7 some odd million there. That's rough opening at number 8.
It's not a great opening. It was only in 1,200 theaters. So, I mean, that's not the worst.
That's true. Yeah, maybe it'll get one of those.
That's why I went and saw that
people
one.
will be like, oh, man, have you seen this one?
But I am kind of bummed because I thought The Luckiest Man in America would be in more theaters, even though it opened this week. But it was only in 650. I almost went and saw it. It is playing here where we are.
Which one?
So the one that you didn't want to see, The Pressure Luck.
Oh, yeah. And then at number 7, The Chosen, Last Supper, dropping from the number 3 spot. $1.9 million brought in by it in its second week, bringing it up to $18 million. That's probably big money for that, because we've talked about it before. The Chosen is all like crowd funded, so I think making tens of millions of dollars is good money for them for sure. And is that a part 1?
I
don't know. I thought I'd seen where it was like a part 1. And then at number 6, Death of a Unicorn, which you talked about last week. In its second week out, $2.7 million brought in by that one. $8.5 million so far. And then at number 5, The Woman in the Yard. 2 weeks out from Universal, $4.5 million brought in by that one. 16.7 million for it. And then just above it, somehow in the top 5, Snow White at number 4.
Right.
Almost $6 million brought in this past week. 3 weeks out, it's brought in $77 million. 91.3 elsewhere in the world, so it's at just under 170. But I think that one's going to have to crest, what is it, like $500 million before it becomes profitable?
Yeah.
Due to reshoots and
the estimate I thought was like 450 million.
Yeah.
It needs just to like break even.
Yeah, because of their publicity stuff they had to do to patch up what Rachel Zegler harmed, and then reshoots and blah blah. So long way to go there, Snow White. And then opening at number 3, The Chosen, Last Supper Part 2.
Part 2, there it is.
I was right. Just about $7 million for that. So if you want, you could double feature that one. You could watch both portions of The Last Supper and get your Jesus fix here before all of the voice acting in the world comes together. Tell the story of Charles Dickens recanting the tale of the New Testament. And then at number 2, A Working Man, $7.3 million for it. 2 weeks out, brought in 27.9, another 37.5 elsewhere in the world, bringing it up to $65 million for Amazon. That one probably hit Prime before too long.
Yup.
And just be what everyone watches on Prime. But then taking the top spot with an immense amount of dollars compared to everything else. I bet that if you go through and add up every single movie on the list, it would not equal this. $162.7 million brought in by Minecraft movie. Another $150 million elsewhere in the world. So it's already crested $300 million.
So it's so gross. That's grosser than Oprah leaving $30 million to her dogs, as Vince said over on
Did
Twitch.
Oprah die?
No, but that's in her will.
Oh.
Yeah, which is pretty gross. Minecraft movie. I mean, the power of Minecraft. It is what it is. The kids like it, and you got it. You're contractually obligated to go see the movie version of a thing that you like. Like, remember Angry Birds, the movie? Like, it was we gotta go see that because it's a game where we just throw a dot at a brick.
But it wasn't a bad movie.
No, it actually
really
had some sort of plot. It wasn't just Jason Momoa and Jack Black screaming at each other.
No.
But anyway, Vince over on Twitch asks, did you guys see the article that he posted about Disney canceling the next live action because of Snow White? Yes, it's over on our Discord. They are pausing live actions because of Snow White performing so poorly, but How about just don't make shitty movies? Just if you want to make a live action of something, do something like do the Black Cauldron. Like
do something new.
Do something new. James over on Facebook said the new Tron looks dope. That trailer dropped this week. I didn't really hot take. I didn't really like the last Tron.
Dude, the last Tron was turds.
I mean, everybody's like, yeah, but Daft Punk. And I'm like, I didn't say anything about not liking the score.
Yeah, I mean,
but the movie I thought was kind of
soundtrack a movie does not make.
We quote it all the time. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Soundtrack the movie.
Soundtrack the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
but Nine Inch Nails, like, come on, I do love me some Trent Reznor.
That's crazy, and a Disney movie to have the people that sing "Fuck You Like an Animal."
Yeah, dude, but they didn't. They're not singing that like.
You sure?
It's gonna be like "Derezed." I wanna disc you like a Tronimal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the last Tron was poop. So, man, what are they gonna do? Like they escaped from Tron.
Well, it's
and,
they
like,
all come into the real world. The computers in the real world somehow.
That's so stupid. The fun part of Tron is that it's in the computer. How are you gonna have light bikes in real world?
Well, when they shoot the light out of the back of the bike, it cuts a police car in half, and it's like LED.
Well, so how do they bring that magic into the real world?
Magic.
There's no programming holding it together. It doesn't make sense.
It's magic programming, Jake.
The world of Tron in the real world is stupid and dumb and doesn't make sense. And the last movie was crap. And Clue was dumb and looked really bad. He was
supposed to look bad because he was an AI program.
No, Disney was so proud of it. They're like, which one's the real Jeff Bridges? I bet you can't tell. And it's like, it's the one that's not made of fucking rubber. Are you kidding me? It's the one that isn't rubber covered in Vaseline. It's not the sex toy one made by a computer. It's the guy with skin. And Disney's like,
and wrinkles.
How did they know? How did they even know? Clue looked so bad.
The real doll, Jeff Bridges.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Jeez, the last Tron sucked so bad. Dude, remember when that movie was advertised and everyone's like, Daft Punk, Tron's coming back, and they just couldn't beat their dick hard enough about like Tron 2, and they're like, oh my God. And then it came out and everyone silent. Just never happened.
Except for the scene where Daft Punk was there, and then they kept beating
dude, yeah. Like, everyone's like, dude, but that Daft Punk, this album.
We just needed more Daft Punk. That was the deal. We just wanted more Daft Punk. That was the only thing.
It turns out that computers do, like, avatar mingling when, like, Daft Punk's in the club of Tron. Yeah, of Tron World.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, exactly.
Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, man.
No, that movie was poop. I have no hopes for another Tron movie. Like, how do you even make another one after that one?
It looks cool, and that's the thing. We like the way it looks. We like EL wire covered shit. We like neon. I mean, that's the secret to Tron is we like the way it looks. It looks rad. It looks so cool.
Not if it's in the real world. It can't look cool.
No, but lasers look cool. We like beats like going laser, disc, Tron, motorcycles, helicopters, and we're like, yeah, dude. And we like black suits with like tight asses in them and like lasers coming down the side. That shit looks rad, and that's what we want. And then we're like, story, and then that's what they're banking on, man, because the shit does look cool. It looks super cool, but it doesn't look good. You can look cool and not look good at the same time, right? It can look cool. Doesn't mean it doesn't look good. You know? I don't know, it's like bad action movies. They don't have to be good to be great. Bring that beat back. Okay.
Dude, someone take clips of this and remix that into like an actual.
Yeah, just doing the laser beam beatbox. Okay.
That mixed with you doing the Daft Punk thing.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go. I'm going to go to Art's place, I guess, because I guess my staff is there. So I'm going to go smell like cigarettes and eat a hog burger. and maybe drink a Miller Lite or whatever. So they don't have Miller High Life there, do they?
Get the steak fingers, man. Steak fingers, they take forever, but they're good.
They have steak fingers?
Oh, yeah.
Because I did get the hog burger last time. And the time before that, I got the Reuben. I've never had the steak fingers. So maybe I will get fingered tonight. We'll see.
I didn't know they had a Reuben.
They did, and it was really good. But anyway, thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tune into our Discord.
Thanks, Vince.
You can go to our Discord at driveinspeakerbox.com and find all your drive-in speakerbox needs. But until then, we'll see you next week, right?
Yeah, everyone check out DJ Merle when he gets his
As you leave
remix.
the theater, folks,
Hell yeah.
please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you.